our 38th season, a new group of players will take on the greatest social experiment ever created.
If I want to do something, I just do it. I'm not going to sit here for 39 days and play a boring game. I'd rather get voted up in a blaze of glory. Oh, bursting at the seams, I'm ready to go.
I'm a morning news anchor in Macon, Georgia. I'm a huge fan of the show. I want to come in the game like the Kool-Aid man. I want to break through the wall. Oh, yeah!
They'll be joined by 4 returning players.
This game will take everything from you, but you also have to give everything to the game. You know, there are archetypes like me that people say will never win. I'm gonna prove them wrong. 3rd time's the charm, baby.
I know how hard this is gonna be. It can be starving, it can be pouring, but I'm here for the win. That's what I want. I will never quit. I am freaking determined.
And a new layer to the game will push them further than ever before.
Where is my game gonna go from here?
You're so alone.
I keep telling myself, don't quit.
It's just really hard.
I don't know if I can do this.
I'm never gonna give up.
It's Survivor, Edge of Extinction, premiering next spring.
Welcome back to Fiji, the home of Survivor. Now let's meet the remaining castaways who are ready to outwit, outplay, and outlast each other. Because to be honest, this place isn't just paradise, it's also a battleground.
I'm gonna bring everything a survivor needs to bring to the table. I'm gonna be athletic, I'm gonna be smart, I'm gonna be social. And having all those things is important, but not if you're so obvious about them all that you become a threat. So I think that it's my combination of being the triple threat by not looking like one that'll get me to the end.
I got married 2 days before coming out here. Yes. I was supposed to get married yesterday, and Survivor called me a month ago saying, "You ready?" And I was like, "Let's go." So we moved the date, but typically whenever you find out you're gonna be on Survivor, you're learning how to make fire, you're training to do all this stuff. Instead, I'm planning for what food's coming to the wedding. So thank God I have a beautiful, understanding wife.
So I actually lost my father when I was 7 years old to heart disease, which has actually been my primary motivation for being the first in my family to graduate college and go on, and now I'm getting ready to start medical school right after Survivor. So it's literally the journey before the journey, and Survivor for me as a kid was an escape. It often gave me hope in times where I felt hopeless. So it's definitely an emotional and personal connection for me. So to be able to come out and participate on this show that meant so much to me is amazing. So I'm ready for it.
I'm a teacher, but I'm so afraid I'm gonna be labeled a villain. But, you know, it's okay to lie, to manipulate, to cheat. And so I can tell my students, this is the game I was playing. And I think my students would be like, yeah, Mr. Clark, vote them out, do what you have to do. They'll be pulling for me, so I think it'll be okay.
My everyday life prepares me for this. It's cutthroat, there's so much drama, everyone's fighting against each other, but then they have to be allies. I divorce people for a living. I do this every day. I have people who were best of allies, who now hate each other, who know each other's secrets, are trying to use it against each other, and are both coming in a little crazy. So I basically went to work every day and listened to people and watched different strategies and was seeing how far I could get them to manipulate and move their goals and ambitions. And if I could do that, I could do it in this game.
I am totally out of my element here. I'm from New York City. I have no Survivor skills whatsoever. And I don't sleep outside. I don't pee in the bushes. I did once in Central Park, but that was like an emergency. But I am a super fan. I have watched the show since episode 1, season 1. I've applied for 17 years.
17 years?
And I am finally here.
You've got to be strategic, and you have to be social, and you have to be physical, and you have to have a certain amount of grit to you and a certain amount of endurance in this game. So I have a lot of the pieces of the puzzle, and I think if I can just put them together at the right time, in the right moments, I think I can win. I've never watched the show and thought to myself, I don't think I could have won that.
Amazing, amazing.
I always think I can win, but I bet everyone else does too.
What are you bringing to the island that no one else will be able to bring? My big mouth? Listen, my big mouth is not bad. Like, I'm honest. I'm not a good liar. I want to be, but I'm just not. And sometimes people need to hear things that no one else is telling them. It's not always bad.
The word that comes to mind is adaptability. Since I moved out of my parents' house, I was 19, I haven't lived in any one location for more than 2 years. And I've had jobs from being deployed a few times, working a few years in the Army stateside, to advertising sales. For 3 years, I played poker for a living. I worked at telecommunications industry for 3 years as well. And now I'm in law school for the last 2. And constantly have to adjust to different personalities and different fields of jobs, right? The only thing that all the jobs have in common is they all have to do with like competition in a sense.
So you're a news anchor, right? You're used to attention.
Morning news.
So do you think people are gonna find you a showboater if you're used to that kind of attention?
I was looking around, and it's like you're trying to figure out who's that annoying person that, like, the first day on the island, everyone's gonna be like, oh my God, we gotta, and I don't see them, which makes me nervous it could be me. I'm gonna have to definitely dial it back.
I'm gonna play it like really dumb in the beginning, like I'm the dumb blue-haired girl. Because a lot of people play it hard, really hard in the beginning and they get voted off. So no, I'm gonna be like, what are you talking about? I don't know the game, keep me around longer.
I was a Division I collegiate athlete for the last 4 years, and so I know that I can dominate in challenges. I'm like really sweet and loving, and so I think that I know how to make people feel comfortable and important, and so I think my social game is gonna be really crucial, and I'm also really smart, so I think that I'll be able to not only like navigate those difficult situations, but hopefully also do well at puzzles and the challenges.
I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be the youngest person. I'm gonna bring the energy, but like me, I'm gonna use my age to my advantage. Like I'm gonna let people know that I'm 19, and so that they can go ahead and see me as like, oh, he's just like a younger brother or whatever. Like, that'll get you like through the first few votes.
I am a sales manager, door-to-door sales. No one's gonna know that out here. They're not gonna know that I train people on the art of subtle persuasion, right? So before my career change, I was a dive instructor, taught scuba diving. So I'm just a dive instructor out here.
Jeff Probst himself is about to give us an exclusive tour of the one place you do not want to go, at least until the merge. Jeff, what can you tell us about the look of this season of Survivor?
Well, this season, when you look at Tribal, it's pretty obvious. It is nautical. It's a giant shipwreck, but it's the biggest one we've ever done. It was a massive build. And the idea behind it, because we always have a story behind it, is that this ship was involved in trade, so there's all kinds of supplies on the ship, and you'll see the stools that the survivors are sitting on and some of the backdrop. You get the idea that this ship crashed here, and whatever was on it has been left behind, and that's what we're utilizing. And that extends throughout everything, including Edge of Extinction, where players will go maybe later in the game, and the tribe camps.
It's got that epic feeling. Do you feel that when you come here and when a tribe comes here for the first time?
Yeah, one of the great things about Tribal is that we don't build a set that just has one side and then the other side is lunch menus or phone numbers. If you look around Tribal, you can see even behind you things that people will never see on camera. There's stuff everywhere. It's a three-dimensional immersive experience. This is how it's been from day one, is so that the survivors feel like they're really in it. I know you have to go, but I have one more place I got to show you.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, let's
All
go.
right, let's do it.
Yeah. Jeff, you and I have a lot in common.
Is that right?
I evict people from the Big Brother Canada house. You evict people from Fiji.
You're right. You're right. And it pains me to do this, Arissa. It really does.
Oh, no.
You're on my turf, and so I'm in charge. And I hate to say it, but Arissa, the tribe has spoken.
Wait. A power veto competition?
No. The tribe has...
A twist? Something?
Arissa, the tribe has spoken. Here it goes. Time for you to go. Give me that mic. You don't need it anymore. There she goes, Arissa, off into the darkness, edge of extinction awaiting. And once again, Survivor proves this game does not suffer fools. Have fun, Arissa! She's never gonna make it.